welcome back everybody. This is Megapony, and I actually looked it up and I found out who this person was. It is Generous Mare is Rarity. I would not have guessed. I've actually never heard of this one. I've heard of the other 5, but not this one. So, yeah. Her level is an interesting one in that it has a initial first segment, which is quite reminiscent of either a Waveman's section in Mega Man 5 or Squid Adler stage in Mega Man X5. So regardless, you got to go through this little, rail segment, a la Donkey Kong Country. You got to go through 3 of these guys first, and then the first crystal dropper from above. See, that guy happens, and then there's the 4th guy. Now, depending on how bad you suck, the 5th guy may not even appear at all. But since I was good, I got the 5th guy. And then there's a 2nd guy, and then you gotta shoot these 2, a Spike and a Dog guy at the bottom. Another 3rd crystal guy, Spike. Now, yeah, don't go for the upper platforms. You will probably get hit by that crystal and die. I mean, I could probably give a blow-by-blow of this, but it's just... it goes way too fast, it's way too hectic. So, I'm not going to. Just kind of memorize the route, and you should be fine. But yeah, any of those spikes are instant death, so don't touch them. But you can shoot them out of the way, so that's good. And here is the mini-boss level, which I still find hilarious. Alright, she throws her unicorn horns in a 3-part arc. And what I mean is, after the 3rd throw, the range and the arcing motion resets. So it's a pattern of 3 different, unicorn throws. So the first one is too close to actually hit you, and the second 2 you might want to back off so you don't get hit by them. And then it repeats, where the first one doesn't hurt you. Now we get to the actual platforming portion of the stage, which is actually very easy. In fact, this part is easier than the first part of the level, seriously. So wait for that guy to throw a spear, then hop down. Just don't hit those spikes, that could really end your day. Now this next screen looks a little hectic, but it's not so bad. Quickly kill, then go to the center, and then continue on your way. Not bad. This one, wait for him to throw a spear, jump over, and then kill him. I'm guessing some sort of special weapon is needed for that extra life. Again, some weapon is needed to get back over to the crystal over there, because once you shoot the spikes out, well, you can't go back, so... Seems like there's a lot of item-restricted goodies in this level. Now, if you want an E-tank, you take the upper path. It's a little trickier, but not too bad. It's getting down from that path that's going to be a pain in the butt. And I'll explain that in just a couple seconds. Okay, gotta time my jump. Jump. Keep going. Okay, yeah, getting down from that with all the spikes and enemies, yeah, that would be a little tough. I did it once, and then I failed at Rarity, and so I was just like, yeah, whatever. But I have an E-tank in my possession. Now, Rarity, she's an interesting case. She has a very set pattern, almost like the first boss, the Happy Mare. So pretty much you wait till the count of 2, and then you jump. And then she's similar in Woodman in a way, where she just keeps coming at you and doesn't attack, and where you pretty much have to jump over her, or she's just gonna get all up in your business. I'm not doing a good job. I am not doing a good job. So this part is very easy to screw up if you're not careful on your timing, as it's clearly evidenced right now. I'm just totally not careful. Okay, and then halfway point she, come on, she switches up her tactic, where those are actually, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Those are homing, and, yeah, she'll throw those at you, and then she'll do a period of 2 of these time gem bombs, and then she'll hop back, and then repeat this process. So, once you get her to this point, she's pretty manageable. She never goes to the far side anymore. She only gets close to you and then hops back. So once you get her to this point, you can lock her into this pattern very easily. That's really all there is to Rarity. If you get the timing down, she's really easier than Happy Mare. So imagine that. You just gotta figure out what the heck she's trying to do with her gems. So, alright, so we get a new weapon. Yeah, I was assuming purple. Gem Seeker. What does it do? Okay, so it looks like it's our shield weapon of the game that can be shot off in homing qualities? That's actually pretty useful if it does what I think it does. So, regardless, I have just completed 2 out of 6 mares, and we now have a good foothold in the door here to beating this game. So, who am I going to choose next? I'm not entirely sure yet. So, yeah. Man, that kind mare's giving me the evil eye. She don't look kind at all. Anyway, see y'all later. Yeah, the majority of the outtakes in this level really happened at the start in the Waveman Squidadler type segment. It was just trying to memorize the whole route and figure out what I should and shouldn't do and how I should dodge everything that really just... It was kind of frustrating at first, and then the more I got better at it, the more fun this first section became. It really isn't that hard, as long as you know when to jump and when not to jump. So as you can see, I had a lot of issues with this one section trying to jump to the upper level. It kept dying when I got hit. So once I figured out that I just shouldn't jump up to the upper level, yeah, then I never really had that problem ever again. But then, of course, you know, you had problems afterwards. With the crazy jumping and the spikes, you know, in the last section of this. I believe this is the last outtake. So I didn't have too many outtakes because after a while, you know, my memorization kicked in and, you know, it wasn't too hard after that. It's just muscle memory. Now, Rarity, the first battle was terrible. I had to figure out what the heck she was doing. I didn't know about the time bombs and if she would continually fire them, and upon having 3 on stage, they would come after you. So, yeah, after 2 takes, I got her down.